Okay, Ariana. I'm just gonna show you how to like real quick take something from Illustrator and import it into InDesign while keeping all of kind of like the qualities and like vector images that Illustrator has. So this is just something I'm doing for work, just a little vote campaign here, but all of this is obviously clearly created in here. I already converted the text to outlines, but you don't need to do that. So you can see like I have like live text in here, and like all of these background images are like graphics. We got logos, so pretty much anything that you would use. Obviously this looks a lot different, but the same kind of concepts apply. So what you want to do, there's a few ways you could do it. So obviously since I have a lot of artboards in here, this is one way you could do it. So just make sure everything in your layers panel is unlocked, and you go to object, unlock all. This one already is, but just to make sure when you select everything, it comes through. So if you just select everything that you want to export that is within the artboard that you want, you just go to File and Export Selection. So then you see like it doesn't necessarily follow the things within like the artboard box. So this is just 1080 by 1080. It will like export all of the assets outside of the box too. So it doesn't necessarily like follow the margins. So let's just say like if that's what you're looking for, just save it to like an easy accessible place. And format, either just pick PNG or PNG 8 or SVG would work as well. So then you just export the asset. We're just going to go with SVG. And then once you open up your InDesign, you're just going to go to File, Place, or Command D, and then select your assets. So again, we just selected a SVG, which is a sizable vector graphic. So that will ensure that any size that you scale this up to, it will not lose quality. So this little kind of box pops up, and if you want it to like remain at the actual size that you created it in Illustrator, all you have to do is just click, then it will go to original size. And obviously since this is a way larger size than what I was working with, that's why it's kind of up at this size. But you could also, like if we go back to here and go to export selection, there's a few different ways that you could, add scale to that, make it larger, smaller, whatever you want to do. So that's one way. And then as you can see, I can make this like as big. Oops. Make this as big as I want. And if I zoom in, it will never be like blurry. It stays nice and crisp, while if you export a PNG, it might do that depending on what you're doing. So the second way of doing it is if you hit Shift O, it will tell you what the artboard like number is. So obviously since I have quite a few in this file, this one is artboard 2, so you want to remember that. If you're only working with one artboard, then obviously it's just going to be 1. But once you know your artboard number, you just go back up to File, and you're going to go Export As. And again, just find like a central location on your desktop. So for the format, for this, you're just going to go SVG again, and you're going to hit Use Artboards, and then and then insert that, artboard number. And if you kind of forget, you could kind of just like slide this down, and we could see that's artboard 2. So just select 2. And a couple of these settings you could pretty much leave leave alone. You don't really have to mess with these. So just kind of hit OK for that. And what that will do is it will like remain, or it will cut off where like the artboard cuts off. So I won't get this like extra stuff that goes like outside of my bleed like lines. So again, Command D for place. And if I hit paste or place, then as you can see, it kind of like goes within that original square. And the third option is if you just go export as, and if you go back up to PNG, so as long as you use like this relative size, or in the next setting, you could still hit range 2 for that artboard that we're wanting to export. And then you would just hit high, so 300 ppi. You could select your transparency, white, black, whatever in the background. Hit OK, and then place that the same way, Command D or File Place. And then that would definitely have your bounding box, but then this should not be like expanded like any bigger than it could get, because then that's when pixelation could maybe occur. But it's totally okay if you downsize it. That's not going to do anything. So hopefully that helped. There's a few different ways, like I said, that you could do it. SVG or PNG. So again, just to recap, SVG will export anything outside of your like artboard frame or artboard size, but a PNG will cut it off like within the artboard, so have that like clean cut, assuming that you have like stuff that like bleeds off the page. So those are your two options, and those should just export directly into InDesign. And even if you look within your Windows links panel, they're just like automatically linked. Or what you can do is, so if you remember the conversation, I don't remember if it was with you or maybe it was with another student, but like once you export something and you have it on your desktop and you upload it to your desktop to your InDesign file, it is like linked to this location. So let's say if I just delete these, like this will become like missing because I moved it. So let's put those back real quick. So to avoid that, all you have to do is just click on so again, links panel, this is referring to this image. You just hit this little hamburger menu and then just embed link, then it's forever embedded. So if we go to delete the information, that error message won't pop up because it's like now like within your actual file and not like linked to it based on a location on your computer. So this should definitely work for your front and back cover. Let me know if you have any issues with it, but hopefully this helps.